on number 3. Grass River 3 R's. Grass River Railroad. Why they didn't do G?
this. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble?
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Well, let me turn the camera on here. I'm not sure if the chat's working because when I started this up, it said the chat was disconnected. Try back later, and I've refreshed a few times, and I'll do it one more time, see what happens. If anybody is in the chat. Well, I guess not. Guess nobody's in the chat. Well, there's Lee Blocker. Hey, Lee, what's up? Ari's there. Randy's rock and roll. How you doing? Michael? Brian W's popping in. All right, they're coming in now.
Everybody's running late.
Yeah, Jeff, how you doing? Well, let everybody know. Let's see what we got going on. Got a few shows next week. 22nd, we've got Who's Big Bill Talking To with the track planner. And then the next night is going to be Johnny Small Train Talk. Bill will be hosting that one too. So he's got 2 shows straight in a row. And then the 29th, he'll be back again with a new guest. The room's unlocked, Lee. It's been unlocked for about 45 minutes, so try it again if you want to. I haven't seen anybody knocking.
You've been knocking, but you can't come in.
Yeah. And also this month is kind of winding down on the 19 season, so Joe had his last show for the season last night. Lee said he heard that, Tim. He said you needed more singing lessons. But yeah, I think Andy's going to do 1 or 2 more shows, and he's going to take a month or 2 off himself. Bill and I will keep going on through the summer, so everybody's got at least something to watch if they want to. And as y'all see, we've got plenty of room on the panels, so you want to go where we post it in YouTube and Facebook and click the panel link. That should bring you right on in. Like to have new faces.
I mean, come on, we get sick of looking at each other all the time.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? Yeah, school's almost out for you too, isn't it? I'm not going to touch that one, Lee. He's saying he thinks the community needs to take a vote, see if Andy deserves to have any time off. He actually works pretty hard, and he also gives us time and helps us out. So if he wants time, I'll give it to him. we got a couple of shows we're going to change around just a little bit. Yeah, Michael said he's been out for a couple of weeks. Yeah, I forgot the colleges get out a few weeks ahead of high schools and all. So you're about to get that incline figured out there, Tim?
Yeah, I think so. Start dressing it up here soon to get it actually ready to go. I believe. At least try and get something else going on here.
Well, hey, Chris, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better. Well, that's good. He said he's feeling much better. That's good.
Good to hear.
Hey, Dwight, how you doing? He just jumped in.
What's up, Dwight?
Yeah, Live Steamer's got another run day this weekend, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it now or not. Yeah. No guarantees on that, Chris. He said he's going to see if his his camera still works. Yeah, I go to the doctor today, so gotta go back Monday. Well, Sparky just come in. He said he's all packed up, ready for Steamtown. So he hoped to see some people there from here. No, Dwight, not the heart. Something different. Gotta go back Monday, see about setting up a therapy program. Looks like I'm going to have to start wearing a back brace now for a little while. At least off and on, nothing every day. How many people you get signed up for that, Sparky? I think last time I heard you had something like 80, 90 people. Yeah, well, that's true, Dwight, but I'd rather do without the pain. Yeah, Kenneth just popped in. Hello, everyone. Just stopped in for a minute. Got work early, so I can't leave early for Steamtown. And Sparky said he had 136 sign up. Well, that's a good number.
That's really good numbers.
Yeah, he said with the other channels, over 300. I guess Steamtown, I have to give him a commission.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, really. Well, I saw a video. Sparky's building him a building in the backyard. Look like he might be pouring concrete when he gets back from Steamtown. His wife wasn't too happy. One of her favorite bushes disappeared.
Mm-mm.
It had the bobcat blues. Hey Dave, how you doing? Gary? The new link is appear.in/MRL-live. Chris? Sparky goes, yep. The lilac, LOL. Oops, I'm bad. Well, actually, let's see if I make this easier. There's Chris.
Hey, it's happening.
Hey, how's it going?
Going pretty good now.
That's good.
Making some good progress. So. Almost back to normal. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that did work. So anybody out there on the chat want to jump in on the panel, there's the link. Click on that, and that should bring you in here.
Got to rebuild all my links now. All the ones from the YouTube are obviously not working anymore.
Most of them, yeah. We're going to be turning the rest of them off in June, I think it is.
You know, now that you guys all gravitated toward that great name.
You know, we never even thought about that.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to start charging royalties or something. You know? Yeah, how's it been?
Oh, it's been all right.
Okay.
Dwight's asking what's been up, Chris.
Oh, yeah, just trying to get back into model railroading again, so couldn't work on the way out. Finally started goofing around with some patching and painting on some locomotives a little bit, and I think maybe by next week or the week after, I'll be able to start working on the layout again. So,
You back at work yet, or?
yeah, I'm back at work, but you just have to take it easy with the neck yet. So.
Yeah.
A nice little,
Yeah.
see my nice little zipper.
Yeah.
I went in through the front door to fix the back, to put a new disc in my neck.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, just waiting for some decent weather yet.
Yeah, y'all still kind of getting hammered up there.
Yeah, it's just been a long, cold spring. Then it'll jump right to 90 and skip right over those beautiful 70s.
Yeah. Yeah, ours have been short too here.
And it's either cold or it's raining. It just hasn't gotten nice yet. A couple days, like the last day or two now, we got in the 60s. But we had rain again today for a while before we got that.
Yeah. Yeah, we looked at the weather just before I come in here. And yeah, we're going to be in the mid 80s starting tomorrow.
Nice. Now we're supposed to get rain Saturday and Sunday, so
Yeah.
or the weekend.
Yeah, we've been running 70s, but then when that storm came in through Texas, it dropped us down in the 60s and low 50s, high 40s at night. So that got a little uncomfortable.
Maybe I'll start. Got some decals yesterday. I'll see if I can start working on that.
Yeah. Mr. Possum, yeah, he said he's in the 90s.
So how many of you guys watched those any of the videos from Ron's Trains and Things Down and Dirty weathering contest? You guys have watched any of those videos?
Nah.
So every time I look at a sheet of decals now, first thing that goes through my head is decals. The guy, I think he ended up winning it, but his video from Canada, he kept calling them decals, but then he put in parentheses, I know it's decals. But so now every time I see a sheet of one, I'm thinking decals. It's like, get it out of your head.
Well, the thing of it is, the U.S. is the only place they call them decals. Everywhere else is decals.
That's kind of catchy, though. I can't, like I said, I can't get it out of my, like that song that won't go away,
Yeah. SMT Mainline, how you doing? He just popped in.
Thank you, Fred, if you're watching, for the decals.
Yeah, we're all doing pretty good here. Everybody seems to be vertical.
For now.
Tim over here, he's decided he wanted to make a major change and have a pass-through yard. So now he's got to put an incline in so he can go across the top of the yard and come back around into it.
Yep. Major addition to what I already had.
Yeah, Lloyd's been coming along really good on his layout. He had that swing gate bridge. You remember that, Chris?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he had
You get
tear it
that
all. He had to tear it all apart and redo it again.
Troubles with the latch or something?
Troubles with the whole thing.
Oh, hinges.
Yeah, as I found out, if you don't use a good enough heavy duty enough hinge, it ain't gonna work out too well.
Well, that wasn't his problem. His problem was the angle on the gate and everything.
Ah,
The tracks and all met up, but then the scenery didn't. There was a huge gap in there. But he went back and rebuilt it, and now everything works out just fine.
So what did he change?
He had
Make it
changed the
work.
whole thing.
The whole design and everything?
Yeah, somewhat, yeah. He kind of had the angle reversed on the stationary part of the layout. And then he cut the angle for the swing gate, which went the opposite way, and it left a big gap in there. But being Lloyd, he got it figured out and got it working real good, so.
Yeah, a friend of mine has actually two swing gates, one above the other. You know, he's a double multi-deck, and he's got a swing gate for both decks in the same opening.
Marty Jenkins did that too.
What's that?
Marty Jenkins did that too.
Okay. Yeah, he used a pretty interesting concept too. He had like, let's see if I can do this right on camera, but just had like a taper. So even if the hinges sag or whatever, as it comes up, it slides up that taper when it locks in place, you know, brings it to the right height. It really didn't matter if it sagged or not, because by coming up that incline as it closed shut, it brought it up to the right height all the time.
Yeah, that's why Ralph did his too.
Yeah, I put a jam underneath mine to help align it, bring it up to the right height when I did mine, but it just got to the point where the hinges were sagging too much that it was hitting that before it'd go up. So I'm getting ready to rework mine. Plus, after doing all this change over here, I've got to rework it anyway. So I'm changing all my alignment.
Yeah. Well, let's see. GRE 2057, when putting scenery on a layout, once finished, it weighs roughly 200 pounds. Trying to move it by yourself, that ain't going to happen. Then Gary's comment was amazing how an ounce at a time adds up on a layout. Yeah, it'll do that for sure.
That's why a lot of us have gone to the foam. I mean, yeah, once you get plastic clogs and everything on there and your rocks and everything, yeah, it can still add up, but it's still a lot lighter weight than if it was half-inch plywood or whatever.
Yeah.
There's mine's just straight foam right down on the benchwork. There's no plywood underneath of it.
Even the weight of the trains themselves, you know, when you run longer ones, I actually went and measured or weighed a bunch of my cars, like some of the trains I have built that are 30, 40 cars. I weighed each car and then threw them in a spreadsheet, and those trains are like 12 pounds of cars, not counting the locomotives.
Yeah, you imagine what Andy's is going to be like? Because he's got, what, 13 to 15 ounces in each car?
Holy crap.
Plus, he's getting ready to do that. He's talking about doing that power base also.
And most of mine are underweight, if anything.
Yeah.
If I had brought them up to standards, it'd probably be 14, 15 pounds a train.
Well, I overweighted a few of mine, but that's because the old Athearn well cars, well, even some of the newer Athearn well cars, they're not heavy enough. And even if you put empty containers, they sit there and rock real bad as they're going down the track. And if you've got like a multi-unit well car set up and you've got some heavy cars behind it, like if you got Walthers behind the Athearns, because the Walthers are all metal, they'll pull the Atherns off the track.
Yeah, you got to make your head end ones heavy. Excuse me. You know, I've been starting to weight some of the ones that are going to sit up at the front of the train just because of that, and put the lightest one. That's the whole reason I went and weighed them all. Like my grain train, that's where I started. I weighed every car and lined them up heaviest to lightest front to back so that I wouldn't string line them. You know, that's those first 5 cars or so is where you start having the most trouble if they're too light.
Yep. Well, see, I'm running well cars, so I'm weighting my containers. I can hide the excess weight in the container itself, which makes it nice.
Right. I gotta start doing that. Well, got a bunch of piggybacks too. There's spine cars.
Piggyback's a little harder to do because your center of gravity's a lot higher on.
Right, and they get kind of tippy trying to put that weight in the semi-trailer.
Yeah. So I ain't figured out how to weight them properly yet for that. There's not a whole lot of places you can put weight in them. I mean, if the spine is empty, you might be able to put some lead shot or some moldable, some of that moldable tungsten weight or whatever it is.
The Walthers ones seem to be heavy enough. The Athern ones, you know, the impacts are not as heavy, but the Walthers have a metal spine to them, and that seems to be pretty decent. I haven't had really any trouble with those. I actually just earlier this week got a set of Bowsers from a friend of mine, and holy cow, are those nice. They're detailed beyond belief, but they seem to be heavy enough and they roll just smooth and easy as can be compared to the Atherns or even the Walthers.
Yeah, I got most mine are the impacts, the Athern impacts. So they're the the AB and then the CD and E units.
Yep.
Actually, all my spine cars are. I've got one of them that's a front runner from the Front Range or something like that models.
Yep, those are the original ones, I think, even before the Atherns. I think they came out with those.
That thing don't track with a crud.
Yeah, Gary.
Doesn't track.
Gary said he's going to have a drop down. Thinking about using adjustable furniture brackets to fine adjust, but I tend to overthink things. Then GRE, as they say, heavier in the front, lighter in the back, same as what the prototype does.
Yep.
Gary, there's what I'm using for my lift up. I don't know how well you can see it.
Oh wow, that's some heavy duty stuff.
And they've got two fine adjustments on. There's a screw here, then there's a screw inside where you can actually fine tune them. I got those at Menards. They're a multi-pivot hinge.
Like for a super heavy cabinet door or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, look how much wood he's got on that lift out.
Yeah, it's pretty sturdy. I can put my weight on the lift out. But that's also what allowed me to use these hinges too, because the screws are pretty long. But it'll actually fold on back like that if I need a little bit more room to come through. I can either stop it there or fold it on back now. Since I've raised it up, I can fold it on back.
Yeah, Gary said cabinet door brackets, nice.
Yeah, they're heavy ones too. They're the best ones I found. I bought some others, but they didn't give me the up and out clearance that I wanted. They were just basically, a single pivot.
Yeah.
Or these are a multi-pivot. So when they're down, they're down. They're kind of, there's no need to actually latch things in place. So.
I think that's gonna do it.
Yeah, on John's lift out, I got to get a barrel latch and put on that one. Last time I was over there, he left it up, and then he did something, and next thing I know, that thing had dropped.
Slam.
Yeah, it slammed shut, pulled one of the blocks loose that the hinge was mounted to. Well, no great big thing. I just took the old screw out and put more glue on it and put a longer screw in it. Dave Piper, how you doing? I'm going to put just a regular, one of those slide barrel latches on it on the bottom side. It's got a tube up for it right there. I'll just drill a hole in it for that latch to go in. That way it won't fall.
That's what I was using for my swing gate to latch it in place. Is one of those barrel latches.
They got their place.
I'm also killing the track on this. As soon as you lift the lift gate up, it kills the power of the track. About 2 foot back. So.
Yeah.
And there's my power set up on it. One of these power in, one's power back out, and then power to the track and jumper it. So when it's down, it's the hit. It's simple, cheap, works pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, about like the wipers on the wheels for those passenger cars that had lights in them.
Yeah. Well, your pickups on your locomotives are the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
And they're brass, so they may tarnish over time, but all you have to do is go in there with some alcohol every now and then and clean them up.
Yeah. All right, gotta quit talking about him. Ralph's here now.
Uh-oh. Shh.
Howdy, Ralph.
Howdy, howdy.
That time we were getting sick of talking about you.
Well, I can leave so you can continue. I don't know why you'd be talking about me, though.
I don't know either.
Well, this is Chris's first night back, so we wanted to give him a break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
I got broad shoulders. It's all right. I can take it.
So how's your project coming along?
I'm just about to put on some vines, and it's done.
Oh. Yeah. GRE, you do not want to know that. Yeah, right now. I've had to squash my plans for right now.
I noticed you were talking about lift outs and so on.
Yeah. Lift outs, lift ups.
Who's interested in doing that?
I think that was Gary Corbin.
Gary's getting ready to do a lift, a drop down, is what he said. I believe.
Yeah, he's talking about using some furniture brackets so he could do fine adjustments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gary says to drop down.
At one time, I was actually looking at using recliner footrest legs to give me the swing that I really wanted.
Jeez.
That was a lot of overkill, though.
Yeah. That thing's pretty long. Gary said the layout's 57 inches high, so a drop down was more practical.
Yeah. Or a swing out.
Yeah.
You can always do a swing out. That's what I got right here behind me.
Yeah, we were talking about yours a little bit too. About how you did the angle block, bring it back up as you close it for track alignment.
Yep. You can just see the right there.
Yeah.
Is the block that lines it up.
Yeah, that barrel latch is also a switch too, wasn't it, for turning the power on?
It is. It is. It's to lock it in place so it doesn't come back out again. Although that's once it's in place, it's good. But I needed a way to turn the power back on. So right in behind, like right over top of that paint can, in the back is a regular house light switch that I drilled the side of it, and I connected a rod that comes out and goes into that gate latch. So when the gate latch is open, it's turned the switch off, it kills the power to my bridge, and about 10 inches or 12 inches on either side of the track, on either side of the opening. And at this end, I have a piano hinge.
Hey, Ralph, how's it going?
I'm all right. How are you, Chris?
Good.
Ouch.
Good to see you again.
It's been a while.
It has.
Where you been hiding?
Right here at home.
Right here at home. Uh-huh. Okay.
And work and everywhere else.
You can see here this piece is actually tapered so that it's smaller at the back than it is at the front.
Yeah.
So that when it goes into place, it keeps it aligned properly. And the mating piece is over on the side over here.
Yeah, on the stationary part.
Yep. And it's wide enough that I can get into the door. The door opens up. That's my wine cellar. When I make wine, it's constant going through here. The only thing you have to make sure of is the part of the layout on this side of the gate has to be really substantial to take the weight of the door, because as it's cantilevered out, it weighs more out at the other end.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, that's shit. From one end to the other, it's like 4 feet, maybe even more. Oh, sorry, 44 inches
Well,
on the
that's
face
getting-
of it.
Yeah, that's
On
getting
the
pretty
face of it.
close.
It's pretty close to 4 foot.
But on the back side, it's narrower because the way I've cut it so that it doesn't bind as you open it up on the deck. So this side goes in at about a 60-degree angle. That side there is probably about 30 degrees.
Yeah.
And I have 2 low tracks and the 1 high track on the bridge. So it's not like it's just a single track.
Yeah, Gary says swing is worth pondering too. Also, I'm 6'1" and don't want Jolly Green Giant version on layout. Want person view. Still have to build that side of the layout by the doorway. That will have a drop down swing. He said he does it just like a bridge.
Who was it? Brian, that's out in Washington there. He wanted to put a gate in as well, and what he ended up doing was taking a door and building it like a Dutch door, so it's only half.
Yeah.
And putting your deck and whatever on top of the door with angles to support it. And it's got 2 hinges, one on the top, one on the bottom, and it's got a door handle that keeps it shut. And
Yep.
he did that to keep the dogs out.
And the German Shepherd jumps over it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he said he caught the German Shepherd just jumping over it.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the problems with having big dogs, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this big one we got, we don't have that problem. He's too old. His joints are shot.
What?
Hello.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, I thought I muted, and apparently I am muted.
Well, you were afterwards, but not before.
Yeah, I realized it afterwards.
Yeah.
Too late by then, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary said 2 small dogs, but 2 large cats.
Oh, a buddy of mine has cats, and he can't keep them off the layout. All the trees that he makes, they
Yeah.
end up chewing up.
Oh, I guarantee if we had cats and I had a layout, they'd definitely stay off. We used to have problems. My son's ex-wife, when she was here, she had a couple of cats, and they were all the time getting up on the kitchen counters and all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they didn't like getting sprayed with water.
No, they don't. Although I've had a cat that didn't mind the water at all.
Yeah, well, one of them got to where it wasn't facing him too good till I put about a tablespoonful of Clorox in it.
Ouch.
Yeah, he didn't like that smell.
So you're putting decals on, Chris?
Yep. Decals. I like that. That's my new buzzword.
Well, that's what we call them up here in Canada.
Everybody
Yep.
calls them that except for us.
Guess we just weren't trained right.
Yeah.
I haven't done decals in a long time, so I'm a little rusty here. You guys get to all laugh at me while I.
So what chemicals are you using?
H2O for now, and I've got
Okay.
some microsol I'll put on afterwards. If, I don't know if it's still good or not. It's quite a few years old.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah, Gary, I like the way Ralph says that. Garage.
Yeah, don't worry, it'll be good. Here, I'll show you what I'm trying to make it look like.
Are these custom decals or what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Wisconsin Southern unit that went to the MRL, and they had it patched over for a few years before they painted it.
What's MRL?
Montana
Model,
Railway.
model Railroading Live.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect.
Oh, 10 years. Wow.
So this is what I still got a patch over up there, but I've got the number down here covered over and the sides.
Cool.
And there's actually two of them.
What's FP45
Yeah, they're just F45.
or F45? Okay.
Here's the other one. This one I have all. This one they, for some reason, when they patched it, it was darker patch, and the letters were actually white. You saw the one I was just doing has black letters. This one will end up with white letters. So
Okay.
I don't know if they did one and didn't like it, and then change what they did on the other, or what. But
Whose make is the logo?
those are Genesis, Catherine Genesis, and they're even the exact right ones by dumb luck. 1002 and 1003 ended up being 392 and 393 on the MRL, and that's the two that I have. So that one's 1003. Before I patched it out, still got to do the number boards.
I was just going to say, what are you going to do for the number board?
I don't know. I'm still up in the air on that. I'm wide open for suggestions.
What I've done in the past, do you have the black letters small enough to do the number boards?
I think so. I got
Okay. So the easiest way that I found to do the number boards, because they're probably clear.
Yeah, this looks like they actually, it's shiny on the front side. It looks like it's either they put a piece of plastic over it, or I don't know, has anybody done
It's probably silk screened or one of those pad
that could be,
stamps.
yeah, it could be silk screened on the back of it, but when I
So-
look inside the cab, there's no hole there, so it came in from the front, from the outside.
There's no hole at all?
No, look inside the
shit.
cab. There's so I can get you a shot of that. Well, turn it upside down. Maybe that'll help.
Well, how does the light shine through?
It doesn't. They're not lighted.
Aha.
It's weird because they got a lighted beacon, but they don't have lighted number boards.
Okay.
Although these are
So,
a bit
so
older.
the trick that I use then is if you can get a drill in there, just enough to go through your shell, and then you probably be able to pop the number board out without damaging the face of it.
Oh, there you go.
Then take the face of it, and with some 600 or about 400 or 600 grit, you just lightly sand the face of it, get the old stuff off, and it'll turn the face sort of a whitish color because you've scratched it now.
Yep,
Then put your decals on top
that's
so
interesting.
that the
And
numbers
allow-
will be black and the back, the number board will light up.
Yeah, Dave, BNSF in scale. Like decals, sounds funny, but it's growing on me.
It's growing on me.
Yeah, it took me instantly. By the time I was done watching that video, it never left my head. So, yeah, I like your idea of drilling a hole and popping it out because it's so nice around. You can almost see where there would be the rubber gasket, and I hate to get in there with a knife and wreck that.
And wreck that, of course.
So I love that idea of popping it from behind.
Yeah, now you got a hole, you can put a light in there.
Then you can put your light in. And you put one of those 0402s or 0602 in behind. They're tiny.
Put some tiny little decals in there for numbers.
Well, that's good, Gary.
Those 603s.
We try to do our best.
There we go. Now I got it going. I'm starting to remember why I always hated doing decals. It's a pain.
Positioning them, right?
Well, and I not only positioning them, but my right arm is still kind of screwed up, so I've lost some of my steadiness ability. But the nerves are coming back slowly, so I think it'll get better.
What'd you do?
I was in a car accident. I got hit from behind.
Ouch.
Yeah, ended up with an artificial disc in my neck.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But for about 3 months, my whole right arm was just numb and weak and could hardly even use it. That's why they ended up going in and doing that.
No wonder we lost you for a while.
Yeah, that was pretty much out of commission for a while.
Yeah, Dave, BNSF in scale. He said, yeah, try number boards in N scale.
Yes,
No.
I know. I don't even bother.
No. There's a reason I don't do N scale. The N stands for not in my basement. I have a hard enough time
N
with
scale's
it.
dying, isn't it?
I have utmost respect for anybody who does that stuff because I sure couldn't. I'd be in the funny farm in no time.
Hey, our Dan Ward's been putting dish lights and stuff on N scale.
Yeah.
Lately. I had a heck of enough time putting them on HO scale, let alone trying to do N scale with them.
Yeah, you got to have some pretty fine motor skills for that stuff.
It's taken them a week to do it, though.
Yeah, but he's a lot younger than most of us, too, so.
This is true.
Hard enough time with these giant HO decals. I can't imagine doing N-scale ditch lights. Whew.
That's where the N scale guys got it made.
Yeah. I tell you, I wish I had a basement I could do S and do a large, long runs with big trains because S would be just awesome, but you need a gymnasium to do that,
Well, it's smaller than O, but they say S is the perfect scale.
I pretty much agree with that, but I just...
And why isn't it more popular? I mean...
Because there's not very much available.
And it does take up a lot more real estate. But as far as, when I consider it the perfect scale, I would say for train handling purposes, physically working on them and...
Yep.
Actually, the TT, I think it is, which is halfway between HO and S, would be the perfect size.
I thought it was the other way around.
It's the other way around. It's
between.
HO and the N.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought, was there one between HO and S or not?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, for the no, because HON3 is HO on basically N-scale track.
Yeah, that's right. TT is smaller.
And your S scale's in between your HO and your O, so it is your half.
Yeah.
Dwight says S scale is okay for a switching layout.
Right. If I was ever going to do another layout and it was just going to be a small layout, that's what I would do, is an S scale switching layout, more than likely. But I'm just addicted to big trains, so it doesn't help me at all.
Yeah.
Till I'm forced to make a small layout someday. Man, scratch building and stuff in S has got to be just like gravy. Just
Yeah, because you got to scratch build a lot because they don't have a lot available.
Yeah.
That's what Barry does. He's got one layout that's S scale.
You know, size of materials and stuff, it's got to be really nice to work in that scale.
Yeah. He's kind of combined his HO with his S scale.
Combined?
Well, the two layouts together.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, the track, he's not doing dual gauge track, though.
There it goes. Now for the fun part. I got the 3 numbers on now to get them all lined up perfectly. Every time you move one, you move the other that you don't want to move.
That's where your, is it the micro saw comes in? It actually sets your decal in there.
Yep.
Your micro set lets you move it around, and micro saw actually sucks it down.
No.
Or is it the other way around?
Microset you use first if you're going to use it. Although the description on both bottles is exactly the same.
Oh, really?
Yep.
No, the description of my bottles are different.
They're both called setting solution for decals.
Yeah, when you read the instructions, they're different though. Micro set. Brush micro set on part of this 2-step system on the model, where the decal is to be applied, then dip decal in water and slide off backing paper into position on the model. Use the soft brush, gently apply micro saw onto the decal. Being careful not to move the decal during application. Do not touch decal after applying micro saw.
Heaven forbid you do that.
Decal is now soft and can easily be restorative. So micro set. Brush micro set on the model where the decal is to be applied, then dip decal in water, slide off back paper into position. Carefully brush more micro set on top of decal. Wait a few minutes for the decal to soften, then press decal down with a piece of wood to make restore your decal, keep cracking and stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We've been going hour 7 minutes now, so. And for whatever reason, I'm starting to lose it here. YouTube and OBS both are starting to act up for some reason. So I guess we'll go ahead and call this one a night before I get cut off completely. Appreciate everybody coming in on the chat. Chris, good seeing you again.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Good to see you guys too.
Yeah, Ralph, appreciate it. Tim, Don't forget, next week on 22nd, we got Who's Big Bill Talking To with the track planner. And then the next night is Johnny Small Train Talk Show, but Bill will be the host. And then the following week, we still got 2 more shows. One on 29th will be Who's Big Bill Talking To, and then Johnny Small Train Talk. So y'all have a good night, a good weekend. Be careful, and we shall see y'all later. Have a good one.